I'm hanging out in the echoey studio again. Eventually, we're gonna have something in here that makes this room less of an echo chamber. I wanted to talk today a little bit about creativity and positivity. So I listen to a lot of audio drama podcasts, which I've discussed frequently on this channel, and do plan to review some of my favorites in upcoming Sundays. But one of the things that I've noticed is that I like to tweet about the things that I like about these podcasts and tweet out the podcasts and tweet when they come out. And today I received a message from one of the podcasts that I listen to regularly and tweet about called Super Ordinary Pod. One you should definitely check out. It is a story about a supervillain, but it's her origin story and kind of a look at how people are perceived as supervillains, even if that's not necessarily what they are. And it's a fun podcast, and I like the voice actors, I like the story. Anyway, they tweeted at me to thank me for my positivity and for tweeting about them and other podcasts that they should listen to. And it really, really made my day, especially because I've been really busy and not really sleeping lately. And so it was nice to have that uplift today, and it got me thinking a lot about creativity and positivity. So you know that there's that old adage, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I think that we've sort of built a world where reviewing has become critiquing, and also that critiquing has become negative, and it doesn't necessarily seem that it needs to be that way. Because critiques and reviews can be positive, and you can definitely say constructive things to people if you feel the need to criticize rather than a bunch of negative things. And especially when it comes to things like audio drama podcasts or anything creative that people are putting out into the world, they're pouring their energy into that, and I don't really see a reason to be negative about it. Now, there obviously are constructive things that you can say, but Twitter's not the place for that. I firmly believe that you should have a conversation with somebody on an individual basis, maybe about things that they could improve or do differently, or things that work and don't work. Because there are podcasts that I listen to, I can think of one in particular that uses music in its transitions, and I listen with headphones a lot because I listen at work, and the talking is pretty quiet, and then the music is really loud, and I messaged them personally to be like, hey, as somebody who really listens to your podcast and enjoys your story, it would be nice if your music and your voice is balanced a little better so that my ears aren't blown out when the music starts, because it's just something that I notice. And there are little things like that because everyone is new and everyone is learning, and there are certainly tips and tricks and encouragements and critiques that can help people, but that's not what I use the Twitter platform for, the general tweeting platform for, because I think that you need to support people in their creativity. Creativity is something that's really, really, really important, and it sets humans apart from other creatures. I realize that people believe it's intelligence or, using your opposable thumbs or whatever it happens to be. But creativity is a huge part of that. Creating things just to have them, not out of necessity, but because we want to make the world a prettier place, is a very human thing to do. And I think it's important to highlight things like that. It makes a big difference, and you should support that out in the world. So when people are pouring their creativity out into the world for others to see, you should be propping that up. Because I want to encourage people to be more creative, not less creative, and critiquing and being negative and criticizing and trolling people only leads to them sort of shrinking up and deciding that this isn't something they want to do anymore. And that's not what you want. What you want is for them to keep trying and keep learning and keep getting better. So send positive words of encouragement, because the best way to get better at something is to keep doing it. So if you encourage people to keep doing what they're doing, they're inevitably gonna get better. That's just the way that it works. So I'm a firm believer that you should be positive. And so my challenge to you today is to go find something that you love, a book, a movie, a podcast, a piece of art, doesn't matter what it is, that's created by somebody out there in the universe, and go tell that person how awesome that thing is and how much you love it and how much you hope they keep making art or writing books or making TV shows or acting on stage or whatever it is that they're doing. And let them know that you value them for the creativity and the energy that they put out into the world. The only thing you're possibly going to do is make the world a more positive place. And that's a good thing. I'll see you tomorrow.